King, Caleb Coho, back again for another episode of Fandom Fights in the teams division. It's going to be an epic battle here that I might have a little bit of personal interest in myself, but I'm not here alone. And to help keep me honest, I have arguably the biggest babyface of the league, Robert the Hobbit Parker here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm really looking forward to this match. This is first round of the tournament in Pool B, so I'm really pumped to look forward to this one. We have two really good teams debuting here, and I'm really excited to see where this one goes, man.
Absolutely. The two teams debuting tonight are the Ranger Force, a complete new team to us, which is Tim Smith and Rene Villarreal Jr. going up against a dominant team that we've seen in singles divisions in Worldwide Movie Games. That is Team 80s jumping into the Geek Team League with Jeremy the Adam Adams and Sandy the Sandman Robinson, who have both debuted in Fandom Fight singles so far and have had dominant debut performances. All four of these guys have played before and put up solid numbers and solid debuts. So this is going to be intense, especially because the winner of this team match advances to play the Kings of Winter in the second round of the teams tournament. But that's enough from me and Robert. Let's hear what the teams have to say right now.
Hello, everybody. It's us, Team 80s, making our debut in fandom. I'm so excited. If you know, you may watch the Worldwide Movie Games Network and see that in regular trivia, we're a pretty dominant team. We've won a lot of matches. We have a title match coming up, but that's a different league. That's different kind of questions. It's very different here. And some might think, maybe I was a bit of the driving engine in that league, but it's totally, in my opinion, reversed now because my man Sandy is one of the best Geek players I've ever known. He's got all the knowledge. I'm going to turn over to him. Tell him, Sandy, how much you know Geek and how we're going to kill in this match today.
Thanks, Jeremy. You know what? Jeremy listed off our accolades in other leagues and stuff like that, but I want to mention, this straight off the bat. This division, this tournament is Jeremy and I's calling card for Geek. You know what? I pride myself, as well as a lot of other people that are in this division, as this is my main focus. I love the Geek movies. I love playing them. But you know what? My partner's put the work in. He's oiled the gears. He's greased the wheels. He's done the work. He's done the studying. He knows his stuff. You guys are going to be amazed at what we're going to be able to produce. This is nothing to do against our team that we're facing, Ranger Force, Ranger dudes, Ranger guys. You guys are awesome. We know what you're capable of, but we're not stopping. We're going right from here, right to the end, and I am more than happy and proud to have Jeremy as my teammate. Team 80s all the way. Rocket.
Finally back. Look, usually you see a certain partner with me, but not for this. Not for Geek, which is, I count my bread and butter more than regular movies. And I made a call to an old friend. Just takes one call. And I think this is gonna be something good. I have a good feeling with this. I think we're gonna go far. I know we have a tough match today with Jeremy and Sandy, both great dudes, but we're taking out Sheldon and his buddy, and yeah, I feel good about this. What about you, RJ?
Thank you, Tim. Just want to say, this was, like you said, he just called me out and said, hey, Fandom League's coming. I'm looking for a change, looking for a new partner. Harley may not have liked it, but I said, yeah, sure, why not? And y'all need to understand, you may have never seen us together, but you see this? See this toy right here? This was given from one fan to another fan. From that fan to this fan. There's a bond here that you cannot break. You online people who are all teamed up don't understand the bond that a simple toy like this can build between two grown men. I think we have something really special here. I can't wait to see what we're gonna do. And as for our opponents, what can we say? This is like the best first match we could have had. There's no pressure in the shit-talking degree. It's Jeremy and Sandy. They're two of the nicest guys ever. I don't like talking shit. Tim don't really do it unless someone else does. This is a pure gentleman's match. It's so much of a gentleman's match, I can enjoy my dinner while we do trivia. That's how much this is. I'm looking forward to this match, and I can't wait to see what we're gonna do.
And on closing for that, there's a reason this is one of the best teams in Power Rangers history that me and RJ knows. We might see shades of this come out with this match. Who knows?
Those were promos. We had a lot of nice words spoken between the two. Like RJ said, these are four of the nicest guys we could have put in a room together to play some trivia. There's like absolutely no trash talk going on. Sandy and Jeremy excited to show off. They have accolades to back them up. RJ and Tim talking about how toys can bring grown men together, and it's definitely a gentleman's match. What do you think, Robert?
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. These are four guys who really respect each other's trivia skills and each other just as people. And I'm excited to see really where this match goes because honestly, I think on paper, some people might have 80s as a stronger favorite, but really, I think this is a closer match than most people might assume.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to get right into our proper introductions. Warm up that golden throat and get all the spit out of there.
It's silver.
Silver, you're right. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right. Christian's got a better one. All right. Introducing first. Coming to the ring with a record of 0 wins and 0 defeats. Representing Atomic Nation. They are Jeremy, the Atom, Adams, and Sandy, the Sandman Robinson, Team A's. And their opponents, also making their Fandom Fight Team debut. They are Tim, the Commissioner Smith, and the Red Ranger, Rene Villarreal Jr. Ranger Force.
Also, Tim has nothing to do with this, but hashtag Atomic Nation still.
Yep.
I just had to ask the master of Atomic Nation to borrow one of his members over there. He was cool with it.
And he politely obliged.
It's just on loan. RJ's just on loan. Just as many fandom appearances as it takes to get a belt in exchange for RJ. All right.
I'll take half that bill.
Don't worry, I already penciled you in. They don't know about it.
All right, gentlemen, round one's going to work like this. You're each going to get 10 questions from 10 different categories worth 1 point apiece. Pretty standard. Round one, you'll have 3 repeats for the entirety of a match and a challenge rule to use. Any questions, gentlemen?
Let's get going.
All righty, then let's do this. I'll issue you your first question, which comes in the category of Pixar movies. And your question is, what Pixar film released in 90?
Didn't get that at all.
Cut out.
Sorry, you broke up.
Did I cut out?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is what the power of editing. All right. In the category of Pixar, what Pixar film was released in 1998?
Of course, it's released in my match against Jeremy.
Oh, I love this category. You know.
Oh, I'm very glad it's included. Absolutely. I mean, Jeremy, very confident instantly.
When me and Kane were coming up with fandom and we tried to come up with things, I argued hard for Pixar and just did 2 separate categories on the wheel so that I could put them as my strengths.
Glad.
We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Markers down. We will start with Tim.
Probably got it mixed up. Bug's Life.
That is correct.
Okay.
Go over to Sandy.
A Bug's Life.
That is correct as well. RJ.
I got a release date question right. A Bug's Life.
That is correct. And Jeremy.
Now, RJ loves that movie. There's no way he could miss it. The Bug's Life.
That is also correct. A clean sweep on the first question.
All right, great start, guys. Tied up at 2-2. Let's go to our next question, this time in the category of Fast and Furious. Who challenges Sean to a race at the end of the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift? And we are looking for a character. Tokyo Drift, widely regarded as probably the worst Fast and Furious movie.
You watch
I
your mouth.
very much disagree.
How dare you?
There's
How dare
several worse than Tokyo Drift. I think Too Fast and 4 are worse
How
than
dare
Tokyo
you?
Drift.
How dare you about two
Caleb, I will come through this screen right
All
now.
right,
Let's
take
not do
apparently.
that.
You leave
Let's
the
not
even
do
numbers alone. You leave 2 and 3 alone.
Three
At least
isn't
an odd
even a
number.
number.
I know. That's why I changed my statement.
Go 5, 4,
You leave 2 and 3 alone.
1. Pens down. This time we'll start with Jeremy.
Dom Toretto.
Go over to RJ.
Dom Toretto.
That is correct as well. Go back to Sandy.
Dominic Toretto.
That's also acceptable. And Tim.
Han said he was family. Dominic Toretto.
That is also correct. We have a perfect game from all teams.
Everybody
right here.
perfect so far.
Will they stay perfect when we get
No.
to our third question? That is the Wizarding World.
Oh, fuck you.
Okay, maybe. Well,
Name both characters who died as they were trying to transport Harry to the safe house in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure thing. That will count as a first repeat for 80s there. All right. Name both characters who died as they were trying to transport Harry to the safe house in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
I remember seeing this movie at the midnight release the year it came out.
Stop
the day it
smiling,
came out.
RJ.
I may have to challenge. That's why I'm smiling.
You know, I didn't write this one. I had to bring
Well-
on someone who knew this. But yeah, no, I read a lot of the synopses for these to write questions, and the more I read the synopses, the more I'm interested in watching these movies.
Yeah,
So,
maybe you should actually watch movies from a league that you write questions for.
I mean, it's hard to write Wizarding World when you got school and a job, and we'll go 5,
So you do a good job outsourcing.
2, 1. Thank you very much, America. I learned from America. We'll go to Tim. I lost my bearings.
I have this right, actually. Dumbledore and fuck you, Caleb Coho.
Oh,
I
that's so
accept that answer as much as I want to. We'll go to Sandy.
Yeah, I only got one, unfortunately. It's Mad Eye and somebody else.
You're
Damn it.
half correct.
I
Go
have
to
the
RJ.
other one. Crap. If we could have put our answer together.
If only.
All right, RJ.
Mad Eye Moody and Hedwig.
That is
That
correct.
is correct.
No, I didn't have the other one. I thought one of them
And
was
Jeremy.
Yeah, I thought one of them was Tonks. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
With that,
Didn't-
RJ's
didn't
the
have
only one perfect still as we get into our next question.
Don't make anything of it. Shut up.
Ranger Forest taking a 5-4 lead. We're our fourth question in the category of MCU. What MCU films were released in 2013? A little bit of a thinker here. A little bit of a thinker.
A little bit of a thinker. 2013 was a fun year for me. What do you think, Robert? What
It
about you?
was a year for films that were released.
That is true. In my personal life, also a very fun year.
Yeah,
Of-
you
of
turned
Viking
8 this year, right? In 2013, you turned 8?
Very close. I turned 13 this year. So close. 4. I got my bike that I used to travel everywhere that year. 2. 1. We'll go pens down and we'll start with RJ this time.
I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. Iron Man 3 and Thor the Dark World?
That is correct.
Correct.
We'll go over to Jeremy.
Iron Man 3 and Thor the Dark World.
That is correct. Let's go over to Tim.
I had Thor 2, The Dark World. I was thinking Winter Soldier.
I made the same mistake, Matt. Don't even worry about it. I just changed it in time.
We'll go over to Sandy.
Iron Man 3, Thor, The Dark World.
That's correct. And we are all tied at 6 going into the 5th category, which is one of the commissioner's favorites, admittedly. Star
Fast and Furious
Trek.
again.
And
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
What alien species is
Nope.
Worf?
Oh,
It's more of a TV question, but he is in the movies.
Well, he's
You're
in.
not wrong.
He's in 4 of the movies. I mean,
I'm sure this is spelled wrong, but it might be a question I know the answer to.
4 that we definitively know of, though, Robert.
that's fair.
We'll
I know
go
RJ's still fighting to stay perfect here.
4,
You
3,
know I'm coming to get you.
I know I spelled it wrong.
1. Has a good thing we do not go on spelling here. We'll start with Sandy.
Klingon.
That is correct. We'll go over to Tim.
Klingon.
That is correct. We'll go over to Jeremy.
Klingon.
That is correct. And RJ.
I spelled it horribly wrong, but I did mean Klingon. I mean, can we take that?
N in there.
Take
RJ, you do not have an N in there. It's Klingon.
I'll challenge. Yeah,
It's
there's two.
Klingon. There's
Oh,
an N before the G. Klingon.
No,
You don't have an entire letter in there.
but did I pronounce it wrong?
What did you say?
No.
I said Klingon.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
if you
would
pronounce-
personally, it's up to you, Caleb, but I would say that he knew the answer,
Yeah.
and
I
I
would
would
too.
accept that answer.
I would too. So we are going to accept the answer.
Horrible misspelling. Possibly the worst misspelling on this show of all time.
That's
I'm a terrible speller. I tell
Like we-
everybody that.
But I
like we say,
he
if the
did know the
Showdown will
answer.
take Geppetto, we will take Klegnon.
That was sub Geppetto.
All right.
That was
makes
worse
it-
than Geppetto. I even agree with that. That was
Robert.
way worse than Geppetto.
That's
All right.
7-7 now, right? Just want to make sure. the
After
score's-
that ridiculousness, we're going into question 6.
Okay. I mean the score is 7-7, right?
The score is 8-8.
8-8. Where did I miss?
They all got that one right.
Yeah, I did. Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Score's
8-8.
Okay. 8-8.
Our 6th question this time in the category of Middle Earth, my favorite. How many Middle Earth films feature Ian Holm as Bilbo Baggins? Incredible actor, most well known for his stage work in London, but was brought on for these films.
I believe he's in other films outside this,
Well,
right?
yes,
I
he's,
think I've seen him.
he's most well known for.
I agree, but I've seen him around. I've seen him in
Yeah,
some
I mean, he was an alien.
awful B movies. I've seen him in some awful B movies. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tim, what do you got?
5, Lord of the Rings 1 through 3, and then the Hobbits 1 and 3.
Ooh, that is incorrect.
Correct.
I thought he had it.
Go to Sandy.
I said 5 too. First, the 3 Hobbits, and then 1 and 3 of.
He's not in Two Towers.
That's incorrect.
Yeah, no.
And Jeremy.
I think I'm wrong because I don't know the last Hobbit movie. I've never seen it. I said 3. It's probably
3 is
4.
That is incorrect as well.
And RJ.
Damn it.
1 and 3 of both franchises. He was in 4.
That is correct.
I was gonna change it at the last second. I wish
I could have sworn he was at the end
He is
of
in
the 5
Fellowship,
Armies.
Return of the King, Unexpected Journey, and Battle of the 5 Armies.
Yeah.
He's
He's
not
not in the
Destination
second of
Smog or
either of
the
the
Two Towers.
trilogies.
No,
Oh, he wasn't in 2 Towers.
Two Towers.
he was not in 2 Towers.
All right, your 7th question, gentlemen.
RJ's
comes from
still
a personal
perfect, by the way. RJ's still
Yeah.
perfect.
Shut up! Stop talking about it!
From a personal favorite. This is my personal favorite of Disney films.
Ah,
Disney released 6 live-action films in 2003. Name 3 of them.
oh,
2002?
2003.
Well, because we had that
2003.
out
Yeah.
first.
Yeah,
I
that
can't hear
we
over
won't
you.
charge you a repeat. We won't charge you.
I will not charge you a repeat. I will go.
sorry.
In the category of Disney, Disney released 6 live-action films in 2003. Name 3 of them. 2003, fine year.
Again, a year that films came out.
Yeah, I thought it was an alright Disney film. A couple personal favorites of mine were released in 2003.
Really?
One of them is not Return of the King. Go fuck.
We don't
Came
get
out on December 17th.
Repeat it. We need more time.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Go with this. In the category of Disney, Disney released 6 live-action films in 2003. Name 3 of them. We'll give you a little more extra time on that one.
How many repeats do they get per match?
3. I'm not going to charge them 1 for that because I forgot I was giving them more
Because
time.
it is, it's a big question. They have a lot of time.
It is. I forgot to give them more time. That's on me. I will not be charging them.
No worries.
I can't remember the film that won Best Picture in 2003. I think it was an indie movie.
Well, films released in 2003 or films that won in 2003?
Films released in 2003. I'm
Because
pretty sure there's a
films
little
that
film
won
that had
in Chicago, but released in 2003. It was released December 17th, Wednesday, December 17th, 2003.
Oh, yeah,
and
no, it's an indie movie that Peter Jackson made. It's just an indie movie that Peter Jackson made, right?
Yeah, you're right.
little film about a little guy on a little mission.
Little guys
on some little missions. 5, 4, 3. Chicago deserved to beat the 2 towers. 2.
Oh, I hate you.
1. It did. Pens down. We'll start with Jeremy.
I drew a major blank. I really don't think these are right, but I said Pirates, Curse Black Rookie, and National Treasure.
Unfortunately, only one of those are correct.
Yeah.
We'll go over to Sandy.
I misheard the question. I thought you said that there was animated movies, but
No, live action.
Released Finding Nemo, Treasure Planet, and Brother Bear. In
Those all would have been correct. But that is
Treasure Planet wasn't.
what'd you say? Sorry, Robert?
Planet was 02.
Yeah, no, you're right. We'll go over to Tim.
I had Cruella de Vil, Maleficent, and The Huntsman.
Those are all incorrect. We'll go
Live
to
action Disney movie.
I only had 2. I had Remember the Titans and Tuck Everlasting.
Titans.
Neither
earlier.
correct. We would have accepted Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, Freaky Friday, Holes, The Haunted Mansion, the Lizzie McGuire movie, or The Young Black Stallion.
I love
Of course,
3 of those
Holes.
movies.
I just drew a blank.
I did too.
No perfect rounds this game.
Alrighty, but let's see if these guys can recover with. This is their 8th question. This time in the category of kaiju.
Not happening.
Who directed 1998's Godzilla?
Yeah, not happening.
RJ, adamant that you were missing more than one question this round.
Double whammy for RJ. He hates directors and kaiju.
I don't hate directors. I just don't know directors.
Hates the category.
Yeah, a lot of people. The Kane attests that kaiju is a category that shouldn't scare people, but I mean, I think the movies are designed to scare people.
No, that point.
No, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Just throwing out directors.
and 1. We'll start with RJ, who attests he's getting it wrong.
I don't know. Cameron Crowe. I don't know. He's the only director name I know.
That would be the most interesting director choice for a Godzilla movie ever. We'll go over to Jeremy.
Roland Emmerich.
That is correct.
Who is that?
He did
We'll
Independence
go over to
Day.
Tim.
RJ.
I had Sam Raimi. God.
Another interesting choice. Sandy.
Roland Emmerich.
For the lead.
And the lead has changed.
Effing
For the lead,
directors.
10-9. 80s takes the lead.
I blanked on that when I was my phone.
No, I don't even know directors, so don't even worry about it.
Is it? Huge step down from Independence Day.
Your penultimate question comes from the world of DC movies. Name 2 of the Joker's 3 targets whose DNA was found on the playing card in The Dark Knight. See, we ask Dark Knight questions sometimes, guys. Come on.
Sometimes. But there are many other DC movies too. Just like there's more Marvel movies than just X-Men and Spider-Man.
Do we need actual names or do titles count?
There are names we are looking for. Names
Well,
attached to
then
the
never
titles.
mind. I fail.
There are some. Yeah. Give your best answer, and
Yeah, we'll be a little lenient. Just give us your
Yeah.
best answer. We are kind of looking for names, though.
Gotcha. No, I figured.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Tim.
I had Commissioner Gordon and the mayor. I couldn't think of the mayor's name.
Ooh.
That is incorrect. Unfortunately, we'll go over to Jeremy.
I had the same answer. I'm bad with character names. Yeah.
That is also
Gordon and the mayor.
incorrect. We'll go to RJ.
I said the mayor and the DA.
The DA is
One of those
correct,
is correct.
but Yeah, and we'll go to Sandy.
Yeah, I didn't write anything down. I don't know any of their names. It's the mayor, the DA, and the police commissioner.
The mayor is actually
not the mayor.
incorrect.
It is. We were taking Commissioner Loeb, Harvey Dent, or Judge Cirillo.
Harvey Dent was the DA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harvey Dent was the DA.
Actually,
I almost
And
wrote
the judge.
Harvey. Yeah, I almost wrote Harvey, but I stacked myself out on that.
That's right. 80's still with the 1-point lead as we go into our final question, this time in the category of Indiana Jones.
Ooh.
Why is Indiana scared of snakes, as explained in the prologue of The Last Crusade?
We will be like very lenient, but there's a definitive like outline of an answer that we'll take.
There is.
There's many ways to
Something that
describe
happens.
this, but yeah, no. We'll be lenient in the wording.
Last Crusade, my favorite Indiana Jones movie.
Mine
We
too.
watched it recently. It's not as good as Raiders.
You are wrong.
It's not as good as Raiders.
Raiders
Caleb
is
is right.
such a tight
But
film.
Caleb is insane when it comes to Temple of Doom because I love that movie.
Temple of Doom is the worst of the four.
That is absolutely untrue. All right,
Well,
moving on.
You're
now
wrong.
we're in
It's
movie
just
battle
nostalgia.
round.
Jeremy, it's just nostalgia talking. Free yourself.
Yeah, I
of the
watch that
nostalgia.
movie all the time.
4, 3.
Free.
RJ counting us down.
someone had to keep these people on track.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we'll start with the man who was counting me down, RJ.
He fell into a snake pit as a kid.
Well, I think we can take that.
I
We
wouldn't.
can- yeah. I'm gonna see what everyone else says and come
Why?
back.
Because I didn't put that he was being chased?
We'll
Nope.
go to Jeremy.
Completely wrong.
He fell in the snake car on a circus train.
That is definitely correct. We'll go to Tim.
He fell in whatever Jeremy. Oh wait, that's a spoiler for a future match. Sorry, Robert Bridge and Caleb. Sorry.
Correct. And Sandy.
He fell into the reptile car on a train.
That is very specifically correct. What do you think, Robert? Do we give it to him?
I would accept
It's not
RJ's
it.
answer. I would accept
Well,
RJ's answer because it was a snake pit that he fell into. He didn't specify on the circus train. He didn't specify he was being chased.
That's true.
But he did
It will
fall
be-
into he did fall into a snake pit.
You're right. We'll give it to you on the basis that we said we would be extremely lenient.
Yeah.
You did get
Yeah.
the general gist of it. So yeah, at the end of round number 1, Team 80s is in the lead with 12, and Ranger Force are behind them with 10. It's only a 2-point game.
It's very close so
into
far.
round number 2, which is our wheel round. That works like this. Each team is going to get a chance to spin our wheel from wheeldecide.com. There are a number of categories on said wheel, which we'll reveal to you in just a moment. But when you spin the wheel, you land on a category you like. You get 5 questions from it, or 2 points apiece. You can defer to multiple choice, but it will devalue the point to 1. If you don't like what you spin, you can spin again, but you're stuck with it. You cannot spin off of opponent's choice. There is stealing in this round. Pretty standard stuff. Gentlemen, you've all played before. Any questions?
Nope.
While you get the wheel up, you want me to run down the categories?
Yes, please. That would be very helpful.
All right, your categories in this round are Fast and Furious, Middle Earth, Star Trek, Indiana Jones, DC, Pixar, Disney, and Marvel.
All right.
James Bond was going to be there, and I was going to be pissed.
Team 80s, you are in the lead. Would you like to go first or defer to Ranger Force?
When do you want to
I think we go first this time.
go first?
All right, Team 80s, your spin is away, and it lands on Indiana Jones.
Barely Indiana Jones.
Let's take it, Sandy.
Done.
All right.
All right.
You want me to
I'll be issuing your category of Indiana Jones to you.
Okay.
And your first question in Indiana Jones is thus: what actor plays Mac in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Ray Winstone.
That is correct for 2 points.
Keep in mind, in the future, we will be waiting for final answer, but yeah, that's correct.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know
No,
if we
yeah.
did that in this league.
That's right, yes.
We
are doing final answer.
do, but you were very adamant, and it sounded like you were answering
Yeah.
on behalf of the team. All right. Your second question: what city was the Grail Diary sent to Indy from in The Last Crusade?
Ooh.
I think it's Venice. Sandy, is that what you think?
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you.
All right. Venice, final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points.
Yay, I knew one.
Your
Run away
third
with this.
question. What year do the events of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom take place?
1935, final answer.
Wow, 2
That
more.
is correct.
Your fourth question. What does Henry tell Indy to do to calm down in the prologue of The Last Crusade?
I think we're gonna need multiple choice for just to read the exact wording of it. Oh wait, no. To count in the right multiple choice because I got to remember the
I
language.
want the right answer. So
Yeah,
I know it too.
I think I know it, but yeah, I don't want to blow it.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
multiple
sure,
choice.
multiple choice. Okay.
Yes.
Is it A, exhale deeply, B, pray, C, think about his mom, or D, count to 10 in Greek?
It's D. I almost said count to 10 in Latin. I almost blew it.
All right, that's correct for a point. And your final question. How many Oscars was Raiders of the Lost Ark nominated for?
Shamefully don't know this. I know Oscars and Indy, so I should. I mean, I could guess.
I say we take it out of their
Yeah,
hands.
let's take the multiple choice just to, so they can't steal as much. Multiple choice.
Okay. Your options are A, 8, B, 6, C, 4, or D, 2.
I was thinking 4 before we went to multiple choice. So
It's that or another one, but let's just do it. 4, final answer.
4 is
Yeah,
incorrect.
it's the other one I
Ranger
was
Force for the
thinking.
chance for a 1-point steal.
What are you thinking, RJ?
I would just say 6 because there's no way it was 2.
Yeah, and I don't think it was 8 as much. So,
Yeah, 6 then?
yeah, 6
final answer.
That is also incorrect. We were looking for 8.
Wow.
Son of a bitch.
Including best.
Technical
God
awards.
damn.
I didn't think it would be. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be 8.
So even though they missed that last one, 80's still dominant in that round, taking a strong lead after their round 2. We are at 19 to 10. There's still time. Ranger Force is about to spin their wheel.
Yes, indeed they are, as I bring it right back up. Bam! Okay. Indiana Jones is off the table, gentlemen, and your spin is away, and it lands on Middle Earth. Would you like to keep your
Tim,
spin again?
I know you don't know it, but I'm telling you I got you. Even if we have multiple choice, I got you.
I can definitely help you with Middle Earth. Trust me.
Okay, then we're definitely keeping this.
Yeah, let's go with Middle Earth.
Okay,
All right.
Robert.
I am very happy I get to read these questions. We are
You
going
probably fucking wrote 'em.
to, I mean, you're not wrong. We are into Middle Earth. Remember, you do get multiple choice if you need it. Question 1. What was the first creature Bilbo killed with Sting in the Hobbit trilogy?
Wasn't it that baby spider? That little
No,
baby
no,
spider?
no. That's what I'm trying to think of. I think he may have killed a goblin in Unexpected Journey, but I can't remember. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't because he
you're
snuck
right.
into.
You're right. Go ahead. You say it.
I don't. Did it have a specific name, or was it just a little baby spider?
I don't want to take multiple choice because they're not going to know it anyways if they need the specific name.
Oh, I already know it.
No, well then, damn it. Then maybe we should take multiple choice. I don't know. You go with your feelings because you need.
How specific are you looking?
We're looking for the creature.
Yeah, go multiple choice.
No, because they don't call them anything else in the movies. They call them spiders.
Well, no, because sometimes
Radical
they say,
says spiders have returned to the forest. He never calls them anything else.
but I think the elves might.
5,
All right, then go with it.
4,
Choice, final answer.
multiple choice. All right.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, a warg, B, an orc, C, a spider, or D, a cribbane.
Spider, final answer.
That is incorrect.
Oh!
Chance to steal.
Can you repeat the options again?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. The options are A, a warg, B, an orc, C, a spider, or D, a cribbine.
Go for it, Sandy. It's all you. I don't know.
You have any idea?
I would guess D, but I don't know. This is your department.
Okay. I'm going to say A, a warg.
That is correct for 1 point.
Thank God.
Oh, the fire scene.
Sandy was so good.
Yes, the fire scene at the end of Unexpected
You heard
Journey.
those multiple choice.
The spider that happens in Desolation of Smaug.
Yeah, no, it's
I focused too
actually
much on the goblin. I focused too much on the goblin.
All right, no worries. We're going into your second question, Ranger Force. Who is the only actor to receive an Oscar nomination for their performance in a Middle-earth film?
Son of a bitch. Suck at actors, too. I'd just say go multiple choice, so at least we know it's one of them.
Yeah, I got a couple ideas in my head of who it might be. You want to go multiple choice just to be safe?
Whatever you want to do. If you want to take the leap, I have no problem letting you take the leap.
Let's go multiple choice to play it safe because Jeremy kind of scares me with Oscars.
Alrighty,
He scares me more, but you know.
Your multiple choice options are A. Viggo Mortensen, B. Elijah Wood, C. Ian Holm, or D. Ian McKellen.
I hate you right now because I was thinking of 3 of those.
Damn.
Kind of the point.
Yeah, I hate you.
What question
There's
is
part of me that honestly wants to say Mortensen, but I don't know.
Yeah.
4.
Just want to say him.
Do you want to go Ian McKellen or
1.
what do you feel
We're gonna
strongly?
need an answer.
Repeat.
Viggo Mortensen, final answer.
Okay.
That is incorrect.
Ian McKellen, final answer.
That is correct for a 1 point steal.
I'm sorry, Tim.
That's
We
all
found
right.
out
No,
it
it's
threw me
all
off.
right. It's all right.
That's all right. You guys still have 3 questions left. Which dwarf from the Hobbit trilogy was found dead by the Fellowship in the mines of Moria?
Ballin, final answer.
That's correct for 2 points.
That's a big 2 points.
Getting back on track. Your next question. In the Desolation of Smaug, while being searched by the elves, Killy says, "I could have anything down my trousers." What is Tauriel's response?
Or nothing, final answer.
That's correct for 2
Wow.
points. That is a huge 2 points.
That's a big swing right there.
And finally, your final question. What is the elven name for Rivendell?
Oh, shit.
I'm not sure. Hold on.
I need to hear it.
Exact pronunciation.
Yeah, I need to hear it. Okay.
Yeah, multiple choice just to be safe.
Yeah.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A. Lothlorien, B. Imladris, C. Esgaroth, or D. Angmar.
B, final answer.
Another.
And that is correct for another 1 point. Ranger Force started off rough, but got back on track quickly. We are here at 21-15. Anything can still happen as we move into round 3.
And
I was right
round
on the
3.
pronunciation too. It just-
Round
I was the
3 is
same way.
round 3 is our infamous betting round, which works like this, gentlemen. Each team, collectively, there will be 5 questions issued to the field. We'll give you a category. Each team will need to pick who is going to answer said question and how much you'd like to bet between 0 and 2 points. If you get the question right, you get the points. If you get the question wrong, you lose the points. The person who did not answer the first question will be forced to take the second one. When we get to the third one, you'll get the opportunity to switch up who takes the third and fourth questions again before conferring on the fifth and final question should we get there. If we don't get to the final question, it is a TKO for the winner, and we play until someone is mathematically eliminated or reaches 0, which is the Jim and Nico rule. Any questions, gentlemen?
so it's just whiteboard?
It is whiteboard, but
Yes,
we
you
are
will
going to be
decide between your team
players-
who answers each question.
Okay.
2 players will play at a time, 1 from each team. And I will give you your first category so you can do the deliberating. Who is going to take the first question, which comes in the category of Pixar?
I'll take this one, Zanny.
How do you feel about it, Tim?
Jeremy's taking it for Team 80s.
You're probably more confident with Pixar and Disney than I would.
Then I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take
RJ's
it.
going to take. RJ's going to take it for them. All right, gentlemen, I'm
So
going to need your
please-
bet between 0 and 2. Any questions would you like to bet on Pixar?
I'll bet 2.
All
Betting
right.
1.
Jeremy's betting 1. RJ is betting 2. Your question is thus: What city is Lightning trying to get to for his final race for the Piston Cup in Cars?
Cars, maybe not one that people revisit too often, but
I think they should. It's a good.
Oh, damn it. No.
You can't sleep on this movie. You have a tape of it underneath your damn pillow.
I
Tim,
don't have a
apologize
tape.
if
I have a
get this wrong,
DVD.
'cause I second guessed
I'm
myself.
not from the early 90s. I'm from the 90s, so I still have a VHS player in my room, but give him 5.
Go with your gut, RJ. That's what I've always learned. Go with your
Yeah,
gut.
I know.
2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Jeremy.
I don't know. Is it Los Angeles?
That is correct for a
correct
point.
for 1 point.
Damn it.
Over to RJ.
No, I said Daytona Beach. I went the opposite way. God damn it.
I knew it was either Los
Correct.
Angeles or Las Vegas. I knew it was a loss.
Is now 22 to 13. Here as we get into the second question. You want to give them their category, Robert?
Absolutely. Your second question. This will be for Tim and Sandy. It comes in the category of DC. DC. Please write down the number of points you'd like to bet for DC movies. These are movies not in the worlds of DC.
It's 22 to 14?
It is 22 to 13.
13, okay.
There's a 9-point gap right now, which is not insurmountable.
I'm just gonna
There's a
play
reason why
safe.
Robert is here. It's because he does the math better than me.
That's fine, man. Don't worry about it.
I'll bet 1.
Yeah,
Sandy
one.
betting one apiece. All right. Your question in the category of DC. What Marvel actor plays Sinestro in Green Lantern?
Oh, come on.
And I almost just said the answer because I just kept reading. That almost just happened.
At least you did pull a Tim, and then the first time we ever did this format, he read the question after the category before we had
Before
put
the
bets
bets.
on it.
That's all right. That's not as bad as revealing an answer.
You're right.
Damn
You're right.
One I actually knew without.
It did affect what we bet though.
All right. Tim Scratchin said, keep in mind, Ranger Force, you have 3 repeats. 80s, you have 2 left if you need them.
Can I use all 3 of my repeats to switch with Tim right now?
Unfortunately, not.
You cannot trade in.
Completely throw it.
2,
That ain't gonna help.
1. Pens down. We'll start with Sandy.
I just tried to remember an actor that wasn't one of the top ones. Mark Strong.
That
is
Correct for 1 point.
God bless you, Sandy.
I didn't have it.
I was willing that into your mind. Mark Strong.
I heard it.
now 23 to 12 here,
23 to 12.
which is how much of a swing?
That is a 11-point swing. And if we kept going, how many questions are there? There's 3 questions left?
3.
So there can be a 4-point swing each question. There's a 12-point swing possible. So we keep
Okay.
Okay, so we get to play the next question,
Yeah.
which is Marvel, gentlemen. You can choose who's going to take the Marvel question for your team.
Just plain Marvel.
just
Just
plain
Marvel. Movies
not
outside the
MCU.
MCU.
All right.
What do you think, Sandy?
I can always try.
I'm thinking I should, just because the next one could be Harry Potter or Middle Earth or something, and that's
Right.
you, so I'll take this.
All right, Jeremy is going to take it, which means
What are you
Sandy is
feeling,
going to
RJ?
answer the next one.
Because of what he said, I would feel more comfortable taking a Harry Potter or Middle Earth if it came next, but it could also be Star Trek, which would
Or
be
Fast and
terrible if I
Furious.
got next.
Yeah.
I'm not bad with Fast and Furious, so if you're willing to take that chance with me, I'll do Marvel.
Fuck it. Let's do it. I'll take Marvel.
You'll do it? All right.
I'll dance with the devil in the pale
All
blue.
right.
All
Tim
right.
and Jeremy. Write down your bets for Marvel.
So, sorry, Tim, but that's not the movies that you'll find in this category. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeremy, what are you betting?
1.
All right, and Tim.
2.
Ooh,
got it.
big swing.
We
He's
need
got
the
it.
points.
Yeah, we got to risk it.
Your question for Marvel. In Kingsman, the Secret Service, Valentine appears to talk to President Obama, but who plays Mr. President in the Golden Circle?
Golden Circle, I know a movie that you and I disagree firmly on, Caleb.
I
Keep
do
in mind,
not
if
like the
Ranger
Golden
Force
Circle.
misses, this question, I believe it will be over
Yeah.
via TKO.
TKO.
Yeah.
There are repeats left on the table if you need them.
Repeat.
There's one if you need one. Okay.
That is one for Ranger Force. Your question is in the category Marvel. In Kingsman, The Secret Service, Valentine appears to talk to President Obama, but who plays Mr. President in The Golden Circle?
Good thing I didn't pick it.
Sandy looks like he's willing it into Jeremy's brain.
He's
It's
giving
not
him
coming.
those powers.
It's not coming through, buddy. I'm sorry.
Here's an
Too
interesting
far.
thing, though,
I
Robert.
wish.
An interesting thing, though, is if
I
Team
think I got a
80s
plate in my
and
head.
Ranger Force misses, the game continues into the next question, correct? Then there's points lost on both sides.
That's incorrect because Ranger Force
Is it
bet
not?
2. Ranger Force
Yeah.
needs to hit
Yeah.
to continue the
Yeah, no, we need to hit.
Okay. Okay. See, this is why you're here. I don't do math.
game.
I would always trust my Robert. He's a database.
That is true.
2, 1. Hands down. We'll start with Tim.
Congratulations, William Ryder.
Bruce Greenwood, baby. Yeah.
Jeremy.
I didn't have it. What was it,
Alright.
Sandy?
Bruce
It
Greenwood.
was Bruce Greenwood.
Bruce
Okay.
Greenwood. And your winner by way of technical knockout, Team 80s.
All right.
The answer
Final
was
score.
Bruce Greenwood.
Answer was Bruce Greenwood. Our final
Have
score here,
not
22
seen it, unfortunately.
22-10. Still good points put up, especially in round 1 by the Ranger Force. They have nothing to shake their heads at. But I am looking forward to seeing what both of these teams have to say in our interviews. What do you think, Caleb?
Absolutely great match played here by two teams. This is just the first round of the tournament. Team 80s continuing on to play Kings of Winter. Ranger Force has a shot at the second chance teams, and we could be seeing Ranger Force again this tournament season. It all depends on the performances. Their fate is in the hands of all the other debuting teams left. But Robert, you want to take into post-match interviews?
Absolutely. Let's start with our winners today. Team 80s. Jeremy and Sandy, you guys put up 22 points. That is a fantastic score. What do you guys think of how you played today? Your performance in round 1, your Indiana Jones sweep, or almost sweep in round 2. How are you guys feeling about this match?
I feel great. I feel like we showed that we belong here. I was a little nervous that I was going to let down the team, but, when you got Disney, Pixar, and Indiana Jones questions, I'm going to pull my weight, so I feel good for that. But I just want to stop and say these guys were great. They played an awesome match, and RJ really had me worried when he was, knocking it out of the park at the beginning, and then they got Middle-earth, which I know he's very strong on. So, yeah, those guys have nothing to be ashamed of, and I'm really proud of this match because this is great, and they're awesome competitors.
I will absolutely echo the statement of my awesome geeky partner, Jeremy the Adam Adams over there, who's proven every day that there's got no weaknesses, and that's awesome. But no, give it up to RJ and Tim. You guys played a hell of a match today. RJ, seriously, first round, dude. Are you kidding me with that? There's a reason you've beaten me before in this type of thing before. You're just a machine. Tim, the way you were coming through with those Middle Earth questions, man, final answer. I was like, what? So no, absolutely awesome. I do want to apologize, Caleb and Robert, my exuberance coming out and answering that question when it could have mattered something. I totally apologize for it. I just knew that he hadn't written anything down on his board. So, but no, I love this format. I think it's great. So we can't be happier, and we cannot be happier about moving on to the next round.
Absolutely. And interestingly enough, in the second round of Pool B, you guys are going up against the Kings of Winter, which is Caleb and Jim. How do you feel about that match? Are you feeling confident going into that match? What are you thinking?
I don't know. Did Jim just get beat by Nico?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna walk in here real quick and say, "How you doing, guys? How you doing?" You know what? That wasn't a bad win. That wasn't a bad win. You know, showing you guys as the veterans, the old guard of the league. It was nice to see you guys get a win for once. And that's for a change. Good to get you some confidence here before you play the best team in existence.
Hey, King,
but
King, guess what we've seen? Harry Potter movies.
You know, and so is my partner Jim, so that's not something I got to worry about. Now, listen, guys, listen. You guys played. I will say, you guys.
You could have to answer it in round 3, though.
You guys played good. You guys played good. 22 points, nothing to sneeze at in a debut. You know, good job. But you got to do a lot more than 22 to beat the Kings of Winter, guys. I'm sorry, but it's me and Jim. Me and Jim are the ones who's going to go all the way, and I think they're going to call it Elder Abuse when we're done. But you know, we're gonna have to just put you down, euthanize you a little bit. But I promise it won't hurt too much. It won't hurt too much. We'll give you a little bit of a gentle touch when we put you down. So don't worry about it.
Here's the thing about us old timers. Us old timers, we need belts to hold our pants up, so we're coming for them. And you might want to get on Kane to start designing a real kick-ass Team 80 shirt for Team Public, as we'll be a champion soon. So,
and to quote the great Game of Thrones, winter is coming to get its ass kicked.
And I live in Canada. It's freaking cold.
Yeah. So both teams obviously very confident going into the next round. We'll go over real quick, pivot, and talk to the unfortunate losers today, but still honestly gave a really good performance. I mean, RJ, you went 7 for 10 in round 1. That's a pretty solid from your first team match. And then you guys started off a little bit rocky in Middle Earth, but those last 3 questions you just swept through like they were nothing. How do you guys feel after this match? You got a good shot of getting into the 0-1 Pool C, so your tournament run might not be over yet because of your points that you put up. How are you guys feeling?
You want to start off
in Middle Earth? I shit the bed in Middle Earth. Tim destroyed it. I am the one who shit the bed in Middle Earth. I completely shit the bed. Every answer we got right is because Tim answered it. Every answer we got wrong was because I answered it. I shit the bed today. We're starting to get to that point where, you know, so many Middle Earth questions are asked. We got to dig deeper into more than just plot details, and that's where I suck. Absolutely, I'm terrible. But and he listened to me, and he shouldn't have. He should have gone with his gut on a couple of them. But we still did pretty good. I don't care what anyone thinks about my round 1. I got extremely lucky. I don't even know how I went 7 for 10 in the first round. But, well, y'all did give me 2 answers that the other team was not really happy about. And I could completely understand them. You could have given them to me or not. So, but we did good. We showed that we're a good team. We definitely shown our strength. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing collectively as a team, but I'm glad to know we have a team strength rather than 2 individual ones that, like, the other needs help on. I like that we have one that we're like, yeah, solid.
Yeah, it was. I think honestly with round 2, like after the second question, like I don't know, something just snapped in my head for a second. It was just like, now I'm pissed, and it just went final answer, and I just wanted to get pronunciation on that last one because I was feeling in my mind like it was 1 letter off because I haven't heard it for a while. And then,
yeah, we wouldn't want a Clegon happening.
No, absolutely.
That's going down as the best hit. Like, RJ, I love you for that one. That was great.
I don't know how to spell. I don't watch Star Trek.
This is why we make a good team.
What's a Clegon?
Well, once again, guys, you have nothing to be ashamed of. You guys did very well in round 1, and the last couple questions in round 2, you just swept through really, really well. And like I said, depending on how some of the other 0-1 teams too, your team tournament run might not be over yet, so keep your heads up, keep looking forward, and we might see you again very soon. So with that, we'll go back to me and Caleb, and we'll finish her off here.
I got one more thing to say, though.
Sure.
For my buddies at Team 80s and Atomic Nation, I can say this from very personal experience. The more shit Caleb talks, the more he shits the bed when it actually comes down to it. So you guys have nothing to worry about. That's all I'm going to say.
And to throw on that real quick, because I was there for Jim and Nico's match. Jim, hopefully you're past your hissy fit of Nico beating you in all the times you have faced each other, minus the time Caleb had to be there to carry and hold your hand. Good luck with that, Jim, because Jeremy and Sandy they're not pushovers. Just because they're old and close to assisted living does not mean in any shape or form that you're going to walk all over them. Because here's another saying that Jeremy forgot to say, which I'm surprised, and Sandy will probably agree on this. Age comes experience, and not just with money and bitches.
Alrighty, so we'll go to final thoughts. I really enjoyed watching this match. I think actually Sandy, RJ, and Jeremy, all three of them went 7 for 10 in round 1 when the scores did whittle down. So I think all of you did really well. Or at least it was very, very close in round 1. So everybody did really well. Both teams showing that they really can get those 2 pointers in round 2, depending on those categories. And I think the betting round hurt Ranger Force just a little bit. But with that being said, we will see Kings of Winter versus Team 80s, and we might see Ranger Force back. Caleb, what'd you think?
Definitely a great match. 4 guys who really knew their stuff. It just came down to that 3rd round and how they maneuvered their way through it. But 80s having a dominant 2nd round. Ranger Force having a very solid 2nd round. All the teams pulling their weight in round 1. Round 3 just came down to what categories, the luck of the random number generator. But you know what? I don't think this is the last we've seen either team this tournament. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw Ranger Force in the second chance bracket, and we will definitely see Team 80s losing in the 2nd round. So with that, we're going to take it out into plugs, and I'll start with the winners. Team 80s. Jeremy, where can they find you?
You can find me at Worldwide Movie Games Network. I'm a head question writer there. We have Worldwide Movie Trivia, and then I'm also one of the admins at Full Metal Media, and our Full Metal Trivia matches also are on the Worldwide Network. So check out all the awesome content we provide over there. And I'm also Jeremy Paul Adams on Facebook and YouTube. I have my own channel on YouTube there.
Awesome, man. Sandy, where can they find you?
You can pretty much find me in the exact same places. I'm an admin over Full Metal Media. I'm also the commissioner of our Full Metal Geek League, which will be transferring over to the Worldwide Movie Geek League soon. You can see me popping up on Take 3 every once in a while. Please remember the link that is going out to the GoFundMe page for Karloff's family. You can find me on Facebook and on Twitter at srobinson1799. That's mark. Those numbers mean nothing. That's where you can find me.
All right. And Ranger Force, where can they find you? RJ, where can they find you?
You can find me drawing this caterpillar. I named him Morton. But after that, you can find me on Full Metal Media along with my other admins. You can find me in Worldwide Movie Games eventually, I think. Yeah, I have a match coming up. You can find me here, playing in here. And you can find me in my lovely anime-covered room. I like it now. And spinning on this chair. Look what I can do. I have to take off
That's impressive. That is impressive.
And Tim, where can they find you?
First, I want to say real quick, I hate you, Jeremy, because I almost took with that little photo, which A for effort. Danny, I don't know if you saw that, but that was hilarious.
People laughing over here about Robert and Jeremy.
I'm glad you cut to RJ first. I was just like, wow.
And then RJ just about collapsed over on his girlfriend over there, just spinning around.
Well, I thought he was going to take out his computer with his headphones, but
you didn't spin before the match, RJ. That's why you didn't win.
I didn't get myself dizzy. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
You worked in our FM Geek.
But you can find me here with Multiplex Entertainment, trying to keep these goofballs in line half the time. Yeah, I know. Good luck with that, right? But YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Multiplex YT, Instagram, Multiplex Entertainment Network. Go over on Full Metal, all the great stuff they do. Go over on Worldwide Movie Games. As Sandy said, the GoFundMe for Christian's brother. And now that you mention it, RJ, I'm going to be there to see that triple threat because me and you are going to have one hell of a good laugh. And Harley and Chris Clark just literally annihilate each other with horrible insults, bad puns, and just you'll win. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
All right, and my co-host tonight, Robert. Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Letterboxd at RBRTPRKR98. It's my first and last name, no vowels plus a year. Other than that, you can find me helping out with Take 3's social media and their reactions, as I'm a new admin over there. You can find me hosting movie and scheduling movie battleground matches at the Worldwide Movie Games Network. And you can, of course, find me on my podcast that I do with Zach Ford, a weekly podcast called Fireside Chit Chat, found everywhere podcasts are found. And you can find me winning the singles fandom title in a couple weeks at Mayhem at the Multiplex, where I will walk over anybody that I face because we don't know who I'm up against yet for that singles title, and I'm going to win it.
All right, and you can find me at Caleb Coho on Twitter and Instagram. That is KALEBKOHO. You can find me on YouTube, Caleb Coho, where I do music and vlogs and all sorts of random wacky stuff. And you can find my channel, Coho Productions, where I take it down a notch to do some fun fan trailers and film stuff. My movie, Chick Part 2, is out now on Caleb Coho and Coho Productions on YouTube right now. So go watch it. It's free. And you can get my album, Shoot for Teens with my group, The Forks, which is not free, but it's on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you consume digital music. You can also find me right here running Fandom Fights on the Multiplex Entertainment Network with Kane McMillan, who is now back, apparently. And you can also find me hosting Let's Make a Movie with Kane McMillan and Jake Marangoni every 2 months, where we go live and you help us build the criteria for a movie. We'll be debuting those movies very soon in September at the end of the month. It's gonna be fun and epic. And you can find our new show. Me and Tim are hosting Multiplex Fantasy Football every Wednesday on Multiplex Entertainment. That premieres on August 29th, where we draft live on the air, and I can now officially reveal the lineup for said fantasy football. It is myself, Tim, the Lost One, Kane McMillan, Jim, the Wolf Green, the Cosmic Night Fury, Nico Suave Rigoli, Dan, Skip, Allen, the Black Lantern, Brooklyn Vale, and the Z-Man, Zadia Smith are all going to be doing Multiplex Fantasy Football. And,
One question.
Yes.
Should we put Jim and Nico together?
Oh, no. The best part of this pilot episode is watching Nico get mad as Tom Brady goes in the first or second round. He didn't draft him because that's the only player he knows. And so that's going to be a really fun show. So check that out. But anyways, guys, this has been Fandom Fights. I almost said fantasy football. Fandom Fights Teams Tournament. That has been Team 80s, Jeremy and Sandy. That has been Ranger Force, Tim and RJ. That has been Robert, the Hobbit Parker. And I have been the King, Caleb Coho, who is now playing next in the triple threat against Alex Omega Warden and Eli the Showman McKegg for the belt. That'll be coming up right here next on Fandom Fight. So stay tuned. I don't know why Kane decided this was necessary, but whatever, we'll find out.
If the transfers.
But yeah, that'll be coming up right next. So instead of seeing you next week, we'll see you in about 30 minutes when you watch the next match. And then we'll see you next week. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see y'all in a few minutes.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? The Sock Fun Hickey bringing you guys your stats for the match. In today's matchup, we had Team 80s taking on Ranger Force in this round 1 matchup. In round number 1, both teams would have a very strong performance. Ranger Force would go 50%, getting 10 out of 20 possible points, while Team 80s would go 12 for 20, getting 60%. Round number 2, this is where it changed a little bit. Ranger Force would start off a little rocky, going 0 for 2 on their first 2 Middle-earth questions, but then they would end up going 3 for 3 in the next 3 Middle-earth questions that they would receive, finishing 60%, going 3 for 5 in round number 2, while Team 80s would almost sweep Indiana Jones and only going 4 for 5 for 80%, which is a very dominant performance. In round number 3, this is where it changes a little bit. Team 80s would go 2 for 3, finishing for 66% in round number 3, while Team Ranger Force would go 0 for 3 for 0%. And this put everything in a little bit of a predicament. Will Ranger Force make it in the top 4 0-1 teams for a possible return later on this tournament? And they did. They finished 13 for 28 for 46%, which puts them above Neighborhood Watch Alliance and Royal Flush and Afro Samurai, which means Royal Flush has officially been eliminated from possibly returning in the 0-1 brackets, while Neighborhood Watch Alliance is now on the bubble to return. That means Silver Shamrocks, Killer Nerd Squad, Ranger Force, and Neighborhood Watch Alliance are your current top 4 0-1 teams. Will any of these teams return in the 0-1 side of the brackets? We don't know, because we still have tons of 0-1 teams to debut, like Smarticus versus Pats Out of Hell, The Usual Suspects versus The Odd Couple, Arrowverse Champions versus Toon Squad, and the Knights of Knee versus Truth About Chaos. So this should be very interesting. We should have a first locked team coming up very soon, and Team 80s is officially number 4 in our top 12. Right above them is Arkham Knights, Knights of Hydra, and Nuclear Option. So this is going to be a very fun tournament. I hope you guys are enjoying the matches so far. This has been Stockford Mickey bringing you guys your stats for the match.